Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 688. What makes a YA novel young adult? There's Stanley hanging out. Stop it. Put that over here. Alright. What makes a novel YA, and how can you market it to YA? Well, first and foremost, when you upload it, you list it as 13 and older. Unless you're in the UK, then it's 12 and older. And that is the primary thing that you do to list it as YA. Now, as far as content, if you have graphic sex, it will probably get taken out of YA at some point in time if people complain. Now, most of the issues that you have with Amazon are because readers complain. And reader experience, you've seen it with the Kindle Unlimited bonuses. Everything is now tapered and tailored toward reader experience. So if you list of novels YA and nobody complains about it, it'll be YA. So, but sex, keep it at most closed door, fade to black. That's what I recommend. That's what I do. Swearing doesn't seem to be a bar for young adult. However, I keep mine to a minimum, and all I can speak about is my personal experience regarding YA, and I have probably a third of my books listed as YA because that was the stuff I was reading when I was a teenager, and I loved it. So I target my stuff for them, even though there is some swearing. I call them my sweary books as opposed to my non-sweary books. And then graphic violence. This also doesn't seem to be a bar, but I keep mine to a minimum because I just generally keep it to a minimum. I don't go into the ripping intestines out of people and all of that it entails. So let's keep that to a minimum. Now, protagonists. This is one of the main things that seem to help keep a book in YA. Young protagonists. Protagonists that are teenagers. I've had some in there where my protagonists are in their 20s and they've been in YA forever. But the real clincher seems to be that protagonist is a teenager. I've had one series that was 9 books. It starts off and they start off at like 17 years old. And even though by the end of the series they're in their 20s, it's the whole series is in YA as young adult. And that's okay. It stays there. Nobody complains. It doesn't get jumped around. Now, with the new Kindle Unlimited category setup, or with the KDP, not just KU, but any KDP, any book you upload to Amazon, the 3 categories. If you put one in young adult, you have to put all of them in young adult. Yes, you could put young adult and then put adult categories for it, and it looks like it goes through. But then go back into your KDP bookshelf a few hours later and take a look, and you'll probably have an error where it says, there's an error, you can't put your books there. So category confusion or something like that. So you have to go in and list, and YA, all YA. So be creative, find those categories that work for your book. I'm sure there are a lot. You don't have to say, well, sci-fi, YA, there's only like 6 choices. Well, don't go to literary fiction and some of the other things, and you'll find that here's a category that'll work that also is YA. And alrighty then, that's what it is. Young adult, list it as young adult. That's the primary thing to make it YA. And I don't need any debates on, well, it shouldn't be. Well, we don't get to determine that. The readers determine that. You just try to keep it real. Don't have old protagonists with old antagonists doing heinous things to each other and put it in YA. That's on you. But otherwise, be real. Keep it YA if it's young adult readers. And most of my young adult readers are adults just because they like it cleaner. They don't like the open door sex. They don't like the really ridiculous swearing. And they don't like the super graphic violence. So that's what my determination is, and it works for me. Peace, fellow humans.